turn to you for your questions. We have 2 microphones circulating, so you just have to raise your arm, and I see an arm raised there, and we can start over there. Yes, please. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joyce from Abu Dhabi TV in the United Arab Emirates.
Yes.
First of all, I congratulate you for this project. It was a very nice project, and good luck. And we noticed that there are directors from all around the world except the Middle East. There is a 7th director to be, whose identity is to be released, I think, as I read here. Would you consider having a director from the Middle East to talk about the children problems in, like, Palestine or Iraq, for example? I think the producers might want to say something about that. Thank you.
Yes, well, we have EMIR that is representing the Middle East.
Yeah. Yes, over there to the back, please. On the left, thank you.
Hello, Siegfried Tescher from Germany, freelance. I want to ask if you told me about segments. Could you tell me, is there a bottom line? Is there a connection besides the fact that it's happening about children? So will be the first children in the first section show up in the last section as well? Or is this kind of separated in segments, as we all know from episode films? Thank you.
There are actually 7 separate segments.
That we all talk about the invisible children. So that's what is the common element between all the directors and their stories.
Let's say the most urgent problems from each country.
Also, I don't know whether Chiara said that earlier, but you know, it will be fiction. They're not documentaries.
Oh, yeah,
yes, this is very important.
Of course,
yeah,
to mention this.
Yeah. And in this sense, I think we need the help of press also to make the audience understand that it's not about a documentary, but it's a film.
Yeah, it's a feature film.
Yes, over there, please. Yes. Thank you. And then to the back.
Hi, Finn Halligan from Screen International. I just would like to know whether all the films will be shot on location, and what's the sort of scale of the productions involved? What sort of size, really, in terms of budget or anything like that?
Well, as you can understand, this is a very complex project, and so we are still in development of the budget. But each single episode or segment has a different budget because of their story, different location.
There was a question right behind you over there. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, the lady raising her hand.
Hello. I just wanted to ask, could you describe something about the process of how this project came to be? You know, was it one person who had an idea and started it off and then grew it, or how did this wonderful thing come into being? And perhaps you could say something as well about the relationship between feature film being a force for changing the world and good in the world, and should we perhaps be doing a bit more of this kind of thing?
We would like to change the world, even though it's impossible, but we're trying to do our best, and I would like to thank all of you for coming here today, because this is the starting, so we'll see.
Yeah, maybe just to complete the question. In fact, Chiara was saying that it was 2 years ago that you started working on this project.
2 years ago, me, Maria Grazia, and Stefano, yeah, together we decided to do this project. And to combine art together with humanitarian problem, because we believe there is a need, so that's what we're trying to do. Just to spread the message, first of all, that's the main goal, and then second, the profit for the special project of all the invisible children.
Thank you. There's a gentleman there, please, thank you.
The Writers Guild of America, so the Directors Guild of America, in their infinite wisdom, have told Robert Rodriguez that you can only have one director at attached to a project at any given time. What are your reactions to that in the light of all these directors working on it, particularly perhaps Jordan working with her father on her segment? Can we get rid of this myth that you can only have one director on a project?
Who needs to answer to that? Us? Regarding the Directors Guild of America, well, we are in the process of talking to them regarding this problem. So hopefully they'll help us as well.
What is the problem? What was the problem?
They say that you can only have one director attached to a project at any given time, and you have to fire one before you can bring another on board. Robert Rodriguez is trying to co-direct with Frank Miller at the moment on Sin City, and he's had to leave the Directors Guild because they say you can't have more than one director on a project at any given time. He's preferred to leave.
Could you speak in the mic because we can hardly
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's hard to hear you.
Sorry. Robert Rodriguez wants to credit Frank Miller as a co-director on Sin City at the moment, and he's had to leave the Directors Guild because they say he can't do that. I'm interested in the view of this situation where you have so many directors. Why would we need to keep this fiction going that you can only have one director on a film?
Yeah, maybe, this is a very technical question, and we are in the process of collaborating with DGA, and they are very supporting with us, and this is a very technical question, so after, we're going to solve this. Thank you.
There's a lady there on the left, please. The blonde lady, yes, please.
Hi, Louise Jerry.
Could you stand up so that we see you? And yeah.
Louise Jerry, Independent London. A question for Jordan. I just wondered if you'd worked with your father before, and whether you could speak a little bit about what it was about this particular project that made you both want to take part.
No, I've never worked with my father before, and this was, I would love, this was the perfect opportunity to do that, and I probably am, not sure I ever will again, so I kind of jumped on it, and, he's obviously, he's my dad, so he inspires me that way, but, he is my favorite director as well. So, it's going to be amazing to, get to sort of work alongside him, and I feel like I'm going to learn a lot, rather than just, watching him on one of his sets. Like, I can't believe that, he's actually going to be asking my opinion on something. So, but yeah, we're really excited about it. And, we thought it was really wonderful that we could do this as a father-daughter team.